Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Bagherwal. Welcome to Salesforce Omnistudio series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure Omniscript in Omnistudio. So let's get started. So the scenario is I'm going to showcase accounts phone in an Omnistudio, and on click of next or save, I'm going to update the account information, the phone number I'm going to update. So for that, I'm going to create two data vectors. One is to get account phone number and one is to post account phone number or update account phone number. Okay, and both the data vectors I'm gonna put inside an integration procedure, and those integration procedure I'm gonna use in Omniscript. So let's get started. So first data vector I'm gonna create to get the data. I'm giving the prefix as gamma fetch or gamma get account phone. Okay, it would be turbo extract JSON as input output. Click save. So here I'm gonna define the object as account, extract output path as account, filter would be id equals to account id, and the field which I need is, let's say, name and the phone. Okay, only these two fields I'm gonna fetch. So that data vector is done. Now let's create another to save the data. So it would be gamma update account phone. Okay, so interface type would be load here, input type is JSON and output is S object. Click save. So here I'm going to select the object as account. Fields mapping I'm going to do later part, and preview also will do later. Now let's create two integration procedures. So I'm going to use this name only, and at the end I'm going to append underscore IP. So type I've given as gamma, subtype as get account underscore IP. So any string you can provide, any name you can provide. I'm gonna save it. So this is our get account phone. So here I'm gonna use data vector turbo action. So gamma get phone, and input parameter I need to provide as account ID. Same for the filter value. Okay, so once that is done, I'm gonna define a response action. And response action I'm gonna provide this data vector name in the send JSON path. So in order to test this, we can just preview it by providing account ID here. So let's use this account. Execute it, and we get information from data vector response action. Let's see whether it is working here or not. Okay, it's working here. Let's see our integration procedure again. So data vector turbo action we have provided as gamma get account phone. Then account ID we have given as the input parameter, and in the response section we are let's see now whether it is working or not. Okay, so status is true. Input we have given as account ID. There is no response coming. Let's see if there are any errors. There is no error. Let's try to save it once. Turbo action 1, get account phone, and input parameter is account ID. Send JSON path. Okay, let's try one thing here. Okay, save it, and now let's preview it again. So it is not giving me any output. Okay, account ID, parameter name I did not keep the correct. So as you can see, the account information we are getting along with the name and phone. Now let's create another integration procedure. First, let's I think we need to crop this response. So how you can do that? In the response section, not in the response section, in the data raptor send JSON path, I'm gonna give this account and straight slash and 1. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, nothing came. Maybe in the response JSON path, let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, now only the information which we need, that is only coming in the response. So you can save it and activate this version. Now let's go to another integration procedure, create new integration procedure for post data. So here I'm gonna use the same name as this, gamma account phone update underscore IP. Subtype I'm giving as update account phone IP. Save it. Now I'm gonna put here data raptor post action. Data raptor I'm gonna select as gamma update account phone, which we have configured, and here we do not need to provide anything else, just the response section. Let's provide response section here, or that is also not needed, you can remove it. So I'm just gonna save it and activate this version. Now let's create the Omniscript. So this is the pre-work we have done behind the scenes on the data layer part, how to get data, how to post data. So now let's create an Omniscript. Here I'm giving the name as gamma account phone update. Okay, type as comma, subtype I'm giving it as account phone update, save it. Now this is the Omniscript console. On top of the header you can see the type, subtype and other information you have provided. Below left side is your console, is your playground, and on the build and setup side you can get the element which you can put in your Omniscript, UI elements, button, navigation and other things. And setup would be your the whole setup information, settings information about this Omniscript. So I'm gonna put first the integration procedure action. Here I'm gonna define the comma get account form integration procedure, and in the remote properties I'm gonna provide the payload. In the extra payload I'm gonna provide account ID, that is I'm giving it as %% context ID in between that. Okay, once that is done I'm gonna go to build, and in our step 1 I'm gonna make the update. So if it doesn't work, because sometimes Omniscript console is very slow, you just refresh the page. So now I'm able to go to step 1. So here I'm gonna say account phone update. Okay, label also I'm gonna say account phone update. Okay, now here I'm gonna add 2 fields. So in the input I'm gonna say one would be a text in which I'm gonna showcase account name. So I'm just giving it the name as name, and label I'm giving it as account name. Okay, and I'm making it as read only, and I'll come back to build and I'll put another field as telephone. So here I'm gonna say phone, that is our field API name, and label also phone. Okay, I'm gonna remove this mask information from here, other things is fine. Now let's see it in action. So I'm just gonna preview it. Again, preview is not working, so I'm just gonna refresh the page. Now I'm gonna preview it. So as you can see we are on this page. So I'm just gonna use this account ID. For instance, I'm gonna provide this account ID in the context ID box. As you can see, it has given me the account name and phone populated, where account name is read only field only and phone I can update. Now let's go back to our console. Now get part is done in the Omniscript. Now we need to post the changes which I can make from the guided path of Omniscript. So I'm gonna add one more integration procedure action below this step. Here I'm gonna define the integration procedure as gamma update account phone IP, and in the remote properties, not in the remote properties, in the send response transformation you need to provide this not this we are gonna get that response path from preview. Let me just refresh it once. So I'm gonna preview it in the action debugger. So in the action debugger, as you can see, this integration procedure is working to get the results. So it is giving me the response in this format. So I'm gonna use this whole response or I can say this IP result I'm gonna copy. I'll go back to design. In this integration procedure where I want to post the changes, send response transformation. In the send JSON path, I'm gonna put this IP result. Okay. Now let's see whether it's working or not. Before that we need to update our post data raptor as well. So in data raptor, in the fields mapping, what I'm gonna do is from our Omniscript, which we have seen here, the response which we are getting. So in Omniscript preview, if you will see, in the action debugger, from the response of the integration procedure, I'm just gonna copy this whole response, and in my data raptor post action, I'm gonna provide this input JSON because that is the data is going to come from my Omniscript in this data raptor. I'm gonna say quick match. I'm gonna click auto match. ID, name you can remove, but just let's keep it. We are not changing it anyway. On ID, you need to check these two check boxes, upsert key and is required for upsert. So it's gonna look for this account ID first in the system, and if it finds it, it's gonna update on this account record. Okay. Once that is done, then your data raptor is also ready. Now let's see, our integration procedure 2 is also ready. Okay. Now let's see it in action. Okay, we have received this information using our integration procedure. Now let me just change it from 03 to 04. Okay, let's click next. So as you can see, the post action is executed. In the response data, request is not going properly, so let me just change it again. Let me just remove it. Refresh it again once. So I'm gonna update it. Let's see now whether request is going properly or not. So context ID, okay, it is going as account phone update. So I need to provide this this one. Okay, I need to provide this one in my post integration procedure send response transformation. Okay, now let's preview it. Okay, now preview it again. So information is come, making some update on it. Now let's see whether our request is going properly. Okay, our request is going properly. Now this request I'm gonna copy, and in my data raptor post I'm gonna paste this as the input. Okay, so that is done. Now what I'm gonna do is, here we are getting name and phone only. Okay, we are not getting the ID here. Let me see, name, phone. Okay, let me do one more thing. Let me add ID as well, or let's see whether it's working this way. Now let's try to update this thing. Click next. So in request the updated phone is going, and let's see in response we are receiving okay. No, it needs the account ID as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go back to my this is tab, and here I'm gonna add one more text field, or you can provide additional parameter to this post action as well. Let's see that. So this is our post integration procedure. In remote properties, extra payload. Yes, I can provide extra payload as well as context ID. It should work. Now let's preview it. So this account ID I'm gonna use. Okay. So from 03 to I'm making it as 04. Click next. So post action is this. Now we need to do one thing, that is we need to take this response which has account ID as well, and we need to provide this response in our data vector. So now it does have account ID as well. Let's do quick match. First let me remove these existing ones, because here the account ID is not coming. Now let's quick match. So name with name, phone with phone, and account ID I'm mapping with this account ID. Okay, now save it. Now on this account ID I'm just gonna make upsert key and is required for upsert checked. That is done. Now let's go back to our Omniscript. Let's refresh it once. Preview it. Gonna use this context ID. Now 03 to 04. Click next. So request data is going as 04 and response is coming as okay. Now let's see it. So as you can see, it has updated. Now let's try to make a bigger update on this account. Let's see. Okay, let me see how many digits are there. 1 2 3 4 5 7 3 4 5 6 5. Click next. Now refresh it. So as you can see, it has changed. That means our Omniscript is working properly. Now just let's add one more action here. That would be a navigation action. So after this update happens, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to this Omniscript again. So for that, I'm gonna say page reference type as restart Omniscript. Okay, once you do that, then it's gonna make the update and it's gonna come back on that Omniscript again. So let's preview it now. I'm gonna use this account ID. Changing from last two digit 43 to 78. Click next. So as you can see, it has come over here again, and let's see whether our data is updated or not. So 78, that is updated. That means our Omniscript is working properly, correctly. Now what you need to do is you need to just activate it. So it is activated now. Now I'm gonna come to my account record page and I'm gonna click edit page. Now I'm gonna put this Omniscript on the record page UI so I can make use of it. So our Omniscript name is comma account phone update. So this is our Omniscript. I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, now save it, go back. Now as you can see, this Omniscript is starting to showcase over here. We have the account name, we have the phone number. Now let me just make changes to here. Click next. It's gonna showcase again this thing. I'm just gonna refresh it. So as you can see, the update has been made. So that's how you can make your Omniscript to work for you. You can add some guided business process or some information update just in few clicks rather than the code. So that is the biggest advantage of using Omniscript. So that was all about this video. If you like it, please like it and comment on it. For more, please subscribe my channel as Abhishek Bagherwal. Thank you.